To try out these nested states, we need to create the associated edit view templates. Each template is specified with a template URL property. We'll create the actual data entry forms in the next module. For now, let's just create the edit view template files with some hard-coded text. That way we can test out the routing. So let's create each of the 3 nested view templates next. Here we are back in WebStorm. We'll start by creating the product edit info view template in its own HTML file. So we'll go to App, Products, right-click, New HTML file, and we'll name it Product Edit Info View. We don't need any of that default HTML. Since these view templates will be inserted into the main edit template, they don't need the HTML head or body tags. So we're just going to delete them. And we'll just add some simple text just for testing purposes. We'll do the same for the price view template. And repeat for the search tags. We also need to create the template for the product edit state. This template includes a panel header, a tab bar, and space for the child templates to be inserted. Let's build it. And we are back in WebStorm. We'll start by creating the product edit view template in its own HTML file. Right-click, New HTML file, and we'll call this Product Edit View. Again, we don't need the standard HTML. We'll define a panel so that the edit view has a consistent look with the other pages of the application. Inside that panel, we'll add a header. The body of the page is comprised of the tabs and a space where the nested child templates will appear. Let's talk through this code. We are styling the tabs using a wizard class. That is not a class provided by Bootstrap. We'll have to build that CSS class ourselves. The anchor tags use the UI sref directive to activate the appropriate nested state. So the basic info activates .info, pricing activates .price, and search tags activates .tags. Notice that we didn't need to prefix it with the parent's name here. It wasn't product edit.info. That's because we're in the product edit page and it knows its parent state. The UI sref active directive adds the defined CSS class to the element when the related element is active. This will allow us to show which tab is active. At the bottom, we use the UI view directive to define the location in this view where the nested views should appear. Looking at the app.js file, we can see that the product edit state also has a controller defined. So let's create a new JavaScript file for the product edit controller. App Products, right-click, New JavaScript file, and we'll call it Product Edit CTRL. So we don't forget, let's add the script tag for this new JavaScript file now. So we'll go to index.html and we'll add the script tag for this controller. Now let's go back to the controller and insert the code. As with all of our controllers, it begins with the immediately invoked function expression, or IFI, and it includes useStrict. Then we look up the module. In this case, we're registering the controller with the main module, and it registers this new controller. The first parameter of the controller method is the controller name. The second parameter is an array. The first element of the array is the parameter for the function. The second element of the array is a reference to the controller function itself. We are retrieving the required product using the resolve feature, so the resulting product is injected into this function. Within the controller function, we assign this to a different variable, and we assign the passed-in product to the product object on the model. We then define the title to display in the panel. If it has an ID, we're assuming it's an existing product and that we're editing it. If it has no product or no product ID, we change the title to New Product. A few additional changes and we can give this a try. In index.html, we activated the product edit state. Well, that state can no longer be activated. We instead want to activate one of the child states. So we probably want to start with the info state, so we'll put .info there. Same thing is true for the list view. We have an edit button here where we're activating the product edit state. That's no longer a valid state, so we'll activate product edit.info instead. Let's give it a try. There's our product list, and we can click the edit button. And there's our basic product information. We can click price details and search tags. So all of our appropriate pages are being displayed. But the tabs don't look much like tabs. Let's fix that next. Earlier in this course, we added an app.css file to the CSS folder of the project. That's where we can add the style classes for the wizard tabs. So I'll paste them in here. Now we have our wizard style class defined, so let's try the application again. Product list, we'll edit the leaf rake. Oh, that looks nicer. We have tabs, but we don't have anything that's highlighting the active tab. Let's do that next. So we'll go back to app.cs and we'll add a .active and we'll try running again. Go to the product list. Ooh, now we've got the active tab highlighted. Ah, sweet. Now we have a set of tabs. Each tab activates a specific nested state. The view template for that active state is then displayed within the parent edit view template. We can add as many tabs and nested states as we need for displaying data for edit.